This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
Right now at 4, we are in a weather impact alert as dangerous heat and humidity blanket the bi-state. Temperatures have reached the triple digits for the second day in a row, and the heat advisory has now been extended. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. Spotty storms could develop this evening, hopefully offering some relief from all of that heat. Chief Meteorologist Scott Cano is tracking at 4. He joins us now with the first look at your weather impact forecast.
Brief relief, sure. So we still have our weather impact alert around St. Louis at this point. Temperatures in the metro area, triple digits right now. A lot of heat. The air quality is actually nudged into the orange category. It's not going to make it for the entire 8 hours that it needs to. But, limit your time outside, not only because of the heat, but really for the next little bit here, we have to deal with the air quality that's a little problematic. Hot afternoons are going to continue for the next couple of days, but not as hot as what we're dealing with right now. Most of us in the metro area right around 100 degrees. Lambert's coming in with 102, so is Berkeley, 102 in O'Fallon, Missouri, 101 in Troy, Illinois. Look at the heat index values, 105 to 110 for many of us this afternoon. The heat advisory through 8 o'clock tonight for most of the area, and then for tomorrow after 8 o'clock tonight, continuing through tomorrow into Thursday evening for the metro area, where we will have our third and fourth days where the heat index is 100 to 105 degrees. What's on the radar? Well, around St. Louis, not much, but going to the south, we have some isolated storms that have bubbled up down here across parts of St. Francis, Madison, and St. Genevieve County, and a couple of little cells that have been up around Louisiana. It's been storming up there for about the last hour. That's the only relief you'll get from any of this. We are currently at a record-tying 102 degrees in St. Louis, feeling like it's 108. Drink lots of water, stay hydrated, and we'll continue to keep you updated.
And as we deal with this extreme heat, you'll want to remember to keep you and your family safe. Those especially vulnerable to heat exposure include children, the elderly, and people with chronic illnesses. Experts remind never leave anyone or pets alone in a locked car. Monitor people exercising or playing sports and make sure to take plenty of breaks. Remember to bring water to all outdoor activities. You can get the weather impact forecast right on your phone. If you text the word weather to 314-425-5355, we'll send you a link.
Now to an update on the story we first reported yesterday as breaking news. Hours ago, police identified the victim killed when a car crashed into a Florissant restaurant. Florissant police say a BMW drove through the front window of Rice House on Lindbergh and hit 52-year-old Richard Reed. He was rushed to a hospital where he died. Police say the driver and passenger were not injured. Police are still investigating why the car went into the restaurant.
Now to a developing story in St. Louis County. After claims a council member hired a relative, that council member is now back in his position. This morning, St. Louis County Executive Wesley Bell filed a motion to remove Councilman Dennis Hancock. He said Hancock actually hired his stepdaughter for a job. A county judge then signed off on that motion and said Hancock was temporarily removed. But late this afternoon, another judge stepped in and vacated that ruling, which allowed Hancock to return to his position for now. The county council is meeting as we speak. Hancock is casting votes as a council member. We have a crew there. Look for a live report tonight at 6.
Also developing today, a former Marc Valley R3 school employee is charged with multiple child sex crimes. Dustin Kausert was charged this month with statutory sodomy and rape. Court documents show the crimes allegedly took place between November 2022 and May 2023 when he was a teacher. The school district says Kausert was placed on leave prior to the school year and has since been terminated. Our Holden Kerwicki is covering the story. Look for his reports tonight on 5 on Your Side at 5 and 6. In just hours, the St. Louis Board of Education will meet to discuss a potential new hire.
Yeah, leaders from the Embattled District will consider bringing in a retired superintendent to help the district's new acting superintendent. Our Megan Kernan joins us live from district headquarters with reaction. Hey there, Megan.
Hey, Brent and Kay. Well, Dr. Dr. Joylyn Pruitt-Adams is a retired superintendent from the Riverview Gardens School District. Dr. Pruitt-Adams would be paid $185 an hour as a part-time consultant to help Dr. Millicent Borashade this school year if the proposal is approved. Now, Borashade was named acting superintendent after the superintendent, Keisha Scarlett, was put on temporary leave. City and state leaders are auditing the district's spending. I spoke to the school board's vice president, Matt Davis. He says Dr. Pruitt-Adams would serve as a mentor for the acting superintendent, working up to 5 hours a week with a salary cap of $40,000. The idea will be introduced tonight and voted on next month. Davis says this salary is well within their budget and feels Dr. Pruitt-Adams' experience would benefit both the school district and Dr. Borashade.
Dr. Pruitt-Adams has been there, done that several times, both through transitioning in University City to really sort of raise the bar in that school district, which was suffering when she started, as well as the Riverview Gardens School District, which went through that transition from a state board to an elected board. So that's just experience that is really invaluable.
All right, Megan, before you go, did you happen to ask about the district's transportation problems and what seems to have been at times a lack of communication?
Yes, I asked Matt Davis about George Sells, the district's director of communications, if he was asked to leave because sources tell us that he was let go last week. Now, Davis says that he doesn't know that for sure if that happened, but he does know that there are many frustrations coming from people about the challenges getting a hold and getting answers from the district. So he's hoping that all of that will be brought up at tonight's meeting. Now, as far as the transportation goes, Davis says that he's worried about that, but he is hopeful that it will get better as the weeks go on. Now, tonight's meeting is at 6:30 and it's open to the public. Live in downtown St. Louis, Megan Kernan, 5 on your side.
Certainly hoping for a fix. Megan, thank you. We will keep you up to date on the latest news coming out of St. Louis Public Schools. We'll do that on air on KSDK.com and on the 5+ app. Still ahead, an Israeli hostage rescued after almost a year in captivity. How this could impact ceasefire talks.
The dog days of summer aren't going out quietly. From dangerous heat to storms, even a landslide. Just about every region of the country experiencing some kind of weather event.
Rare collectibles up on the auction block. How you can buy a piece of pop culture history.
And be sure to join us for this year's Show of Strength MDA Telethon Sunday. We'll be live at Grants Farm from 8 to 10 p.m. Watch it right here on 5 on your side, KSDK.com, or stream it on 5+. All money raised goes to help people fighting neuromuscular diseases right here in the St. Louis area.